Welcome to the SLAS President's Podcast. I am Melissa Crisp, your SLAS President. We're just coming off of the SLAS2026 from Boston, and I'm really thrilled to announce that we had a record-breaking attendance this year of more than 7,600 people registered at that conference, over 47 different countries. And if you were there, I really hope you left as energized as I did. The scientific talks were outstanding. The exhibit hall is really buzzing this year, and I left myself with a couple different collaborators and learned a whole lot about how people are using different approaches to a lot of these emerging technologies. So I hope you came out with as much as I did from this conference. Now, looking ahead, we're looking at SLAS Europe 2026 is slated for May 19th through the 21st in Vienna this year. On that note, I am thrilled to introduce today's guest, Manuela Beil-Peter, who is an SLAS fellow with over 2 decades of global experience in lab automation and business development. She's developed service channels across Asia, US, and Europe, and held leadership roles on the SLAS European Industry Advisory Committee, Global Membership Committee, and served on the board of directors. Since 2024, she's served as our SLAS Europe ambassador, which we'll touch upon today. And she's also the founder of Solution, where she coaches professionals through business and personal growth. Manuela, welcome to today's podcast.
Thank you, Melissa. Nice to meet you today.
I'd like to start by diving a little bit deeper into your role as SLAS ambassador. I think it's really fitting to have you here as the Vienna conference is just right around the corner. Can you tell people what your role is as SLAS ambassador? What is it? What do you do kind of day to day? What drew you to this role? And what does it mean to you to personally show up for the SLAS European community this way?
I do see my role primarily as a connector and facilitator. So I love to connect the European life science community and the automation community all together throughout the regions here. And I like to help to translate the SLAS global initiatives into what does it mean for regional engagement here in Europe. And what I do enjoy most is supporting that dialogue. So between academia, industry, established players, but also startups. And Europe is like full of different regions. So not every country is like the other one. So it's different cultures, different stages also where the communities are in terms of development in science, but also industry, and bringing this all together kind of that they can help each other and learn from each other to accelerate within Europe. I think that's one of the biggest drivers and purpose for me. And being with SLAS so long now, I've learned a lot about this value, what it brings to the community. It's not just being on the floor, seeing the exhibitors, it's seeing all these collaborations and what they bring out between pharma, life science, academia, and so on. I think that's incredible. Every time I'm there, I'm thrilled and I'm just excited. As you mentioned, Melissa, after Boston, I was flying somewhere, which was really amazing. So coming to Vienna for me is like, being home, being with a family. All my friends and colleagues from the industry will be there, and it's great. I'm proud to be there, and I'm proud to be the ambassador of the SLAS message and mission. So yeah, that's mainly what I'm looking forward to.
So somebody that's really embedded in the European SLAS community, I know you're really excited about Vienna. What do you think it is about the SLAS conference that really makes it its own distinct experience for those people that maybe have only gone to the conference in the US?
I think it's right that there's a slight difference between the US conference and the Europe conference, but it's mainly in terms of it's more compact. So it's, of course, a bit less people than in the US, but you have more time than in Boston to talk to the people because it's more a smaller community so far. And the topics, it's 3 main tracks which we have on the conference. Will be easier to decide where to go, I would say. It's not as much as overwhelming, and it's fun to see how this is growing in Europe.
I'm curious, how has the role of the ambassador kind of changed over the years?
I think it must be around 5 to 6 years now. My role is only the 3rd year. So I took over from Christian, Parker, and Julio from Spain. So they were kind of the pioneers. They actually did a great job in developing this role. So they started the reach outs. They developed the first meetup, which, if I remember correctly, was in Holland. And now it's kind of I would say we developed it to a stage where people know about the meetups. People love to come. They even travel quite from far away. So it's not just within the region. So they come from different countries even to join us for these meetups and to take a chance to connect on a local level. I think together with the team of SLAS, it's a great achievement what we've had so far. And looking really ahead or looking back, the last week we were here just in Basel and we had over 100 attendees. We had a very good scientific presentation. We had an excellent host at the ATH here in Basel, which also did some tours to the laboratories, and people are really keen and curious to see what's going on.
It's very exciting. You're just in Basel. So I understand there are more regional meetups coming up this year. One in Germany, one in the Netherlands. Can you tell us a little bit more and why should people, make the trip to come that far? What should they expect from these type of meetups? And tell us a little more about Basel as well.
So last week, we had very nice, so on organoids and spheroids, a very nice presentation of Olivier Frey of Insphero, who actually was a postdoc and at the ATH where we were. So there was a nice story from where he started in the labs and how this has been developed to a really groundbreaking science what Insphero is doing right now. So and then, after the presentations, there's a lot of networking questions. So people are really, really keen to learn and to get to know each other. So it's a lot of mingling around and finding new collaboration partners as well. For Leiden, this will be on the 10th of September. I really look forward to this one. It's going to be at Naturalis, which is a huge scientific nature museum in Leiden. So it's a different space. And we will have some nice presentation there. I think we will disclose soon, but we are still working on confirming the speaker. And that one is supported by the Dutch company Lab Services. So they are in Netherlands, one of the leading lab automation providers, and they are supporting this heavily into science, but also into automation. And the second fall meetup will be in Tübingen. Tübingen has a huge cyber valley, but also a huge scientific community. And there is a Niklas Forum. Niklas is the innovation center of the Fraunhofer Institute. And we will do a very nice meetup there combined with the forum, which they are organizing right now with very interesting presentations as well. I think it's a lot of value which you can get when you join us in these events.
Well, I have to say, I really enjoyed your poetic LinkedIn post about the Basel regional meetup. I think that did draw a lot of likes and interest in that. And I love the energy and the passion that you put into what you're doing. I really appreciate the time that you've given us today. It's been a wonderful conversation, and I really look forward to speaking with you in Vienna.
Thank you. I look forward to seeing you in Vienna. It's just less than 2 weeks. I can't believe